Last season was a mess. Weak, disjointed, fragile, doubts over the players, doubts over the manager, a sacked manager, a mid-season change, and it ended in humiliation. But as always, summer brings a renewed hope. Amorim has been engineering a response, and a response to questions no one thought could be answered in a single summer. The players are different, the training ground is different. The football feels a little bit different already.
Right here, right now, 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 right here, right
From the outside, it looks like just another big spending summer. But these aren't just big money signings without a strategy or a vision. Are we finally looking at a connected thought process? What is the vision for Amorim's 2.0 Manchester United? And what exactly should you be looking out for? As far as the summer signings go, they haven't just added talent. They've raised the physical floor of this squad. Players who can win their battles, players who can run for 90 minutes. Sesko's height and jumping will make United a force in the air, a threat from set pieces, and better at defending them. And Bumo's pressing, paired with his speed and agility, means opponents can't settle on the ball, and Cunha is a nightmare in one-on-one duels with a pace to punish on the break. And it's not just the new signings who are shaping the squad this season. There's a clear look towards the future. Yoro, Dorgu, Mainu, all under 21, all already important players. Behind them, Ahmad, a little older at 23, but still young and a key player. And Aiden Heaven looks more and more capable of being a starter with every appearance. And that's something important to note. We're not talking about short-term fixes anymore. It's a squad being built layer by layer and blending experience with youth in the right ways. Let's talk about some individuals. Dorgu's athleticism and directness on the left flank will be absolutely crucial to any success United may have this season, I think. Yoro's composure and authority at the back is already top level for his age. He's probably United's most important centre-back now. These guys aren't just young prospects, they're pillars on which I think Amorim can use to build his team. And Mainu, while not a guaranteed starter, does bring a composure into midfield. And while he doesn't have a natural role in Amorim's system, he's simply too good not to find a place for. Of course, there are questions to be answered. Will Ahmad really work as a right wing-back? Will United have enough possession in games to get him on the ball enough to make use of him in the final third? Will he be trusted defensively against top opposition? Or will the more naturally defensive Dalot be used in those big games? These are kind of decisions that will shape the season, and it's not just tactical decisions being made. There are cultural decisions, and this is a big thing to note. Because Amorim knows that without the right dressing room and habits, the right standards, none of the football matters.
There are some things that I don't know. So I need to have top people around me to help me to change the culture.
Change from last season has been evident in pre-season, and the difference isn't just on the pitch.
The rules, I think everything is important. I know that they are not kids, and I don't treat the players like kids, but I think these small rules can help a group to be strong.
Amorim's code of conduct is reshaping the culture. The so-called bomb squad have been kept away to prevent them from poisoning the well. The cliques, the divisions, they're being eroded. Players appear closer now, from the outside anyway. We've seen this on the pitch with how they trust each other more, and we've seen it off the pitch, choosing to spend time with each other away from football. After a 2-week tour in America where they were with each other all day every day, they got back to Manchester and in the following days still went for a team meal. And even went to a Drake gig as a group.
But I feel in the group that if someone comes to our group now, I will not have to fight all the fights. And I felt that last year. Now I feel that I have a group and I have a leadership group inside the team that will help me with that kind of situation.
You might say it's small things, and it probably is. But these are small things that all add up. There's a new leadership group. Fernandes, Maguire, Heaton, Dalot, Mazraoui and Martinez. They now handle the dressing room's small problems. It means Amorim can focus on the football, not discipline or trivial matters. Talking of football, let's talk about tactics. Last season, Amorim stuck to the basics. His identity mattered more than short-term tweaks. This season, the principles remain, but it has to evolve. We've seen this a little bit in United's pressing shape in pre-season, where they go from the 3-4-2-1 to a 4-4-2 when pressing. For this example, we'll look at what happens when the opposition looks to play out down the left-hand side of the pitch. The ball-sided wing-back, Ahmad, in this example, pushes forward into the right midfield role. He becomes the first presser on the flank and blocks forward progress down that side. This means the wing-back on the far side, who's Dorgu, drops into the defensive line, and the right-sided centre-back shifts across the right-back, to make a back four. The far-sided number 10, Matheus Cunha, drops into left midfield, making a balanced midfield four that is able to be compact from wing to wing. Now, a benefit of this shape is that because the ball is far away from the now left midfielder in this situation, they don't have to press high. Instead, they tuck inside to protect the middle of the pitch, where a 4-4-2 naturally leaves the central midfielders outnumbered. The central striker, Šeško, and the ball wide forward, and Bumo, form the front two, and they press the opposition's centre-backs and block central passing lanes. The resulting shape looks like a flat 4-4-2, but both wide midfielders are made from one wing-back and one wide number 10. That's how it works in theory. But here's an in-game example from the match against Fiorentina. Here we are in the default shape, the two midfielders and the two wing-backs as a bank of four behind the two number 10s. Fiorentina move the ball from left to right, and Abumo signals for Cunha to step up. They now form a front two, with Mount, Bruno, Casemiro and Dorgu, who is off-screen, forming a bank of four. Fiorentina move the ball back towards their left, Mount steps up to make a front two, Ahmad steps up to right midfield, Dorgu drops in at left back, and the back four shifts across. This works, and Fiorentina are forced back to the keeper, who look to move the ball to the right, so Dorgu steps up into left midfield, and Cunha moves into the front two. Dorgu puts the Fiorentina player under pressure. The pass is attempted, and Heaven, who is now at left back, steps up and wins the ball. This is a system that is built for the squad that Amorim is now building. Mbeumo thrived with similar pressing and transitional duties at Brentford. Cunha hunts down loose passes. Šeško hunts the ball down and provides an outlet for quick transitions. It's still Amorim's football, just the aim is for it to be sharper, more aggressive, and more dangerous. And if it works, United will force mistakes higher up the pitch, creating more chances without relying on slow, structured attacks. It'll be football with more of a purpose. A team who understands the plan before the game begins.
Sometimes we have to look the past. What was the reasons for all the success? Of course, the football change, the world change, but there are some things that we can get from that, and I think that is the spirit of the players.
And that's exactly what United's summer signings have in common. Cunha and Bumo and Šeško. You all know it. Hardworking, relentless, willing to give everything for the team, but two of them bring something extra. A bit of audacity. Šeško's the type to hit an outside of the foot strike from 40 yards if he sees the keeper off his line. Cunha, he'll happily beat 3 defenders before slipping in a teammate or smashing it himself. That blend of industry, courage and invention is what the club was built on, I'd say. And it's an absolute necessity if the club ever want to return to the top again. No more shrinking violence. United need players unafraid to take risks in order to be great.
We have people now that help us to be better. I'm not concerned with small things, and I was in the last year. So that thing help us and help me to think more about watching the game, watching the team.
If there's one thing that Dave Brailsford imprinted on the club in his time, it is of course the importance of marginal gains. In elite sport, the small things add up. But there's a new home for all of them now, and that's a big moment for the club. United's 50 mil Carrington refurbishment finally gives the club a cutting-edge training facility, a new changing room, new altitude training facilities, plunge pools, a new recovery zone, an entirely redesigned collaborative working environment, and everything fresh and new geared towards building a renewed family bond. And that's what Carrington used to be. Behind the closed doors, it was a safe environment. We need to bring that back. And that's what this is geared towards. And there's new faces too. United appointed Wilcox and Vivell over the summer as head performance chef, Marcus Hannon as head of sports nutrition, and Philip Sousa as a first team nutritionist. Marginal gains off the pitch, aimed for maximum output on it. And Amorim has been making seemingly small decisions that could have a big impact too. And it's reflective of this changing culture. The main training sessions were closed to cameras in pre-season, even the club's official channel. And Amorim, mercifully for United fans, rejected an all-access documentary for the coming season. He's shielding the squad from distractions and unnecessary criticism, much like Fergie protected his sides. Privacy, focus and unity appear to be of high value to Amorim, and this should all lead to better output on the pitch. Should, of course, is the important word. Pre-season's just a warm-up. We have seen some glimpses of something good.
Even being a pre-season game, if you look the same players now playing, looks like a different team, and that is a good sign. They are stronger, they are faster. You can see the intensity is completely different. I can see the data from the minutes are completely different.
Other games where it hasn't been as impressive, but it's about building on the good stuff. And it's not just the signings. The same players from last season, players who look flat, hesitant, out of ideas. They look sharper, faster, hungrier. Sprint numbers are higher, recovery runs are quicker. The tempo has been noticeably quicker at times. It all sounds suspiciously positive for what we, as United fans, have come to expect. Now don't worry about that. There are still issues we have to be concerned about. At left wing back, United remain thin. Behind Dorgu, the backup options do change that dynamic. Delo is right-footed, Diego Leon is young and raw. If injury strikes Dorgu at any point, could disrupt the balance down that left-hand side. We have major weaknesses in goal and central midfield, and you know that. Unless... Well, man can dream. Plus, we won't know how much the players have truly improved physically until we see them against fully fit Premier League opposition in games that matter. However, the optimism is real, and I think, unlike previous years, it's earned, it's not blind. United have a manager with a plan, or a head coach should I say. Players who appear to believe it. A squad that's finally being built for the modern game, and a football structure that is executing a vision that is tying every single decision together. This season will not be perfect. There will be setbacks, frustration, maybe even the odd crisis. But for the first time in a long time, it does feel like there's a connected thought process tied together by a vision. The work is far from done. All I'm hoping for this season is a long-awaited start of not just a rebuild of Manchester United, but the beginnings of a new modern United stepping out of the shadows properly. Let's see what awaits Amorim this season.
I think we will be a better team, not just because I truly believe that we can be better, but I truly believe that I will be better manager this season.